1JZ boy! Welcome back to 1JZ boy. Now featuring the 4G63 budget build. 400 horsepower for $400. It's definitely not going to end up like that, but the base the base price of the engine and head that I got was $400. So let's just call that base price 400 for 400. So let's have a quick look at what I've got and what I'm planning and what needs to happen sort of over the next however long. So this is the car I have. I have a 2001 Mirage. It looks really clean. It's not clean. It's, you know, it's a car that was a daily for me for 10 years, and I didn't give a fuck about it for so long. I never parked it under a garage. Like I just didn't see any value in it until I started modifying it. And the place that it's ended up now is actually like a really fun, cool car, but what I'm looking for is to go the next level. What I mean by next level is, where do I want to go with this? So what I have now is this. So this is the standard 1.5 litre Mitsubishi Mirage, or in UK and the US it's called Mitsubishi Colt. They're known as a very shit engine. They're known as like a very weak engine, something that can't take boost, all that kind of stuff. I've proven all those things wrong. Just with an ECU reflash, you can easily run 7 to 8 PSI, and these motors will take it all day. I did have to run quite a thick oil because I didn't have an oil cooler, so it was thinning the oil and it was cooking out all the detergents. So something to keep in mind, you know, if you are doing this kind of swap. And also you need the engine to breathe. This engine isn't breathing well enough out of the head. You know, if I was to make it breathe a bit better, ideally I'd want to put another bung here that goes to the other side, and then I'd want to run this vent to atmosphere kind of like that. So in saying that, anyways, let's move forward. So this was I doubled the output of the engine. I doubled the amount of torque that it made. It made 101 kilowatts at the wheels, and it made 210 newton meters of torque. So that's roughly 130 brake horsepower at the wheels, and yeah, 210 newton meters of torque. So for a car that weighs 890 kilos, it's actually it's good. You know, it's good. It's math based. You know, we've got a little map sensor here, so there's no AFM. There's none of that bullshit going on. So that's why I can just run the straight pod filter into the turbo, all that kind of stuff. Very simple, easy build. So what we're going to be doing to go to the next level is, this is what we're going to be building. So this swap, this is a Mirage. This is probably not the same year, but it's the same swap that I'm going to be doing. And what it is basically is a 4G69 CH Lancer block, a Hyundai Sonata head, a dual overhead cam head, and then a Sonata intake manifold. It could possibly be a 4G69 manifold. I'm not sure. It looks like it is a 69 manifold, but I'm not exactly sure. You can use the stepper motor and all the throttle body components to keep the accelerator rather via cable. And with an Evo 4 engine mount, it will basically mount as factory. So Mirage CE factory gearbox and lower mounts underneath. And if you can see, the master brake master and stuff like that is actually on the other side, but for me it will be on this side, so it's going to be tight. It's going to be fucking tight, that's for sure. But it shouldn't be something that's going to be a super massive issue. The window stuff, what are they called? The windscreen wiper motor is on the other side as well, so everything's kind of flipped. So everything is kind of flipped 180 degrees. However, in saying that, the actual chassis is the same. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be a hard swap to do. And to do all the custom fabrication stuff like that is probably going to be a bit of a challenging issue. However, I'm probably just going to go a half-size radiator, like an EK radiator, and just swag the turbo there. And maybe chop these up and just get them sort of repipe them sort of to go into a turbo intake here. And, you know, you get fresh, nice air straight out of straight through the intake, sorry. So that's the kind of idea behind the mastermind of planning and whatever I'm doing. So this is kind of where I'm at now. I've got the dual overhead cam head. I've got the 4G69 block. This is the original Sonata intake manifold, intake plenum, I should say. But what you can see is the distance here is actually, the distance from here to here is actually, looks to be quite a lot more significant than, see how that's really tight. That's almost like tied up against it. I do have the 4G69 intake plenum as well, but I may have to just run this for the sake of budget, you know, the sake of it being a budget build, you know. But as far as everything else is throttle body concerned and stuff like that, everything can come off the Mirage. You know, I just wanted to give some insight into this as well, because this is all information I'm learning too. So the camshaft sensor has to be converted, this little thing here, this has to be converted to a Mitsubishi Evolution style camshaft sensor, and it has to be phased correctly with the bottom end. And there will be the Evo style cam sensor as well on that as well. Going on to this side as well, you have to run 4G63 cams, but you will have to run an adjustable cam gear for the intake side. So for this side, you have to run an adjustable gear. And what that will mean is you can adjust the gear so it lines up with the Evo timing marks, like this, here and here, instead of the Sonata timing marks, which are here and here. So it's kind of hard to explain, but when you look at the engine from the timing side, you can kind of see that there's a different differentiation in the degrees of the camshafts for the 69 block. So yeah, so that's a bit of an outline of where I'm at the moment. And yeah, like I'm honestly really excited for this. I'm really excited, hoping for, you know, 400-ish horsey boys. And also dual overhead cam setup. But actually, yeah, if you look here, so we got the wiper motors there and the brake master cylinders there. So God forbid, that already probably, in my opinion, that already looks like it's going to probably hit the head. So we'll have to figure that one out as we get there. And when it comes to power steering stuff, you know, all the powering stuff here goes over the top, but I know for a fact that the Evo stuff's going to have to go under the bottom. So that will kind of probably be another issue that we'll have to face anyway. But as far as like looking like it's going to fit, everything should fit fine. But yeah, it's just a matter of sort of just chopping and changing and all that kind of stuff. But I guess in the long run, building the engine is #1 priority, and then the rest will follow suit. So yeah, I'll probably end up getting a new Mirage for this. I've kind of figured out. Because yeah, this chassis's been through a lot, and you know, I think there's a lot of improvements I can make in the next build. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, and yeah, this is episode 2 of the Poor Man's 4G63 swap. Make sure you subscribe and drop a comment if you like the content that I'm doing. I'm giving a lot of information as to how you can do this swap and all that kind of stuff, and I'm really trying not to disclose any information. I'm trying to be as kind of forward with all the stuff that you need to know to make it as easy as possible for anyone who's doing this swap in the future. So yeah, guys, cheers, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.